Hey everyone, welcome to the Eid special episode on indisch.windisch. Today we are going to make a fusion dessert. If you are looking for an unconventional dessert this Eid, this recipe is for you. This is Siwai Tiramisu and you are going to love it. I will be breaking this recipe in 4 simple steps so it's easier for you to follow it. Let's start with step 1, that is preparing our siwai. Siwai is thin vermicelli which is available at most Indian stores. I'm using 200 grams of roasted vermicelli here. I'm breaking it in small pieces by crushing it with my hands because if it is left whole, it will be difficult to layer and also tricky to eat it. Now I'm taking a big pot and going to add 200 grams, that is about a cup of unrefined sugar into it, along with 500 milliliter, that is 2 cups of water. I'm turning the heat on low and will stir and cook it until it comes to a simmer and all my sugar has been dissolved. After about 5 minutes, my sugar is dissolved. Please note that we are not making a thick sugar syrup here, just want to cook enough to dissolve our sugar into the water. Now I'm going to add half teaspoon of cardamom powder. You can use 4 crushed green cardamom instead. Also adding my crushed siwai now. I'm making sure that my siwai is nicely submerged into the liquid. I will cook it for about a minute and then turn off heat and put a lid on. I will leave it to soak until we need it. Let's move on to step 2, that is roasting our nuts. In a skillet, I am going to melt 1 tablespoon of ghee. Once it has melted, I am adding a mix of chopped nuts. Here I have taken pistachios, almonds and cashews. We are going to roast these on low heat until they turn golden. Please do this process on low heat, stirring continuously, otherwise your nuts might burn. Okay, now my nuts look perfectly golden. I'm going to take them off heat and transfer them into a bowl. Time to move on to step 3, that is preparing mascarpone cream. I'm using my stand mixer here, but you can also use a hand mixer instead. I'm going to add 250 grams of whipping cream, available by the name Schlagsahne in Germany, along with 3 teaspoons of rose water, which you can find at Indian stores, and 50 grams, that is 1/3 cup of powdered sugar or icing sugar, available by the name Puderzucker in Germany. We are going to beat it for about 2 minutes until the mixture thickens. Please note that I am not beating it to stiff peaks at this point because we will be beating it further after adding mascarpone. This is how my cream looks after 2 minutes of beating. At this point, we are going to add 500 grams of mascarpone cream into it. You can find mascarpone at any well-stocked grocery stores in Germany like Edeka and Rewe. Now we'll beat our cream for 2 more minutes until it's thick and smooth. Please pay attention not to overbeat the cream, otherwise it will separate. This is the consistency of cream that we are looking for. Let's see how our siwai is looking now. It has been soaking for about 15 minutes now and looks nice and fluffy. Just giving it a quick stir and we can move on to our final step. Step 4 is layering or assembly. I'm taking a big bowl here. I prefer using glass bowl so I can see the beautiful layers from the sides. Starting by adding a thick layer of siwai first, making it nice and even. Then I am adding 1/3 of the mascarpone cream. Make sure that the layer is smooth and there are no holes. Next comes a sprinkle of roasted nuts. I am using about 1/3 of the prepared quantity. We will be repeating the exact same layers 2 more times. On the top layer of cream, I am creating a swirl pattern using a spoon. Then I'm decorating it with roasted nuts and some edible dry rosebuds. Look how absolutely beautiful our Siwai Tiramisu is looking, and look at all those beautiful layers. Now this is important. Please let the Siwai Tiramisu rest for at least 12 hours in the fridge before serving. This let the layers set in and the flavors to combine with each other. If you try to cut it too soon, it might break and cause a big mess. I hope you give this wonderful recipe a try this Eid. Wishing you all Eid Mubarak in advance.